Hello, thanks for joining me again. So just come up here to Reedy Creek again. It's a new spot along the creek. I haven't been to this exact spot before, so it should be interesting to have a look around. But I'll just go have a bit of a stroll down to the creek, so sort of show you what I've got to work with, show you where the water level is and all that kind of biz. So thankfully there's a bit of water in the creek, but not too much, so there should be enough for me to use the sluice without having to get the pump out, and yeah, hopefully get a bit of gold. I'm going to be staying for about 3 days, so should have a pretty good go at it. And yeah, it looks like a pretty good spot. Lots of rocks around, lots of crevices, opens up a bit sort of downstream, a bit less rocky, as you can see. But yeah, so yeah, I've just arrived, so I'll probably go up there and set up my camp now. And it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I probably won't get a hell of a lot of prospecting in today, considering daylight savings has ended and it's going to get dark at about 5:30, I'd suspect. So yeah, I'll set up and then come down and do some test pans, I think. Okay, so I'm all set up now. Got my table out there, tent around the back. My gear there ready to go, waders waiting for me. Bit of a fire pit there and some wood left over by the previous tenants. Thank you for that. But yeah, this is a pretty cozy spot to call home for a few days, I think. I think I'll be happy here. Yeah, the creek area down here looks good. So that's probably what I'm just going to do now. Probably won't do any hardcore prospecting tonight. Got 2 full days to do that. So yeah, I'll just pop the waders on and do a bunch of test pans and stuff. May even try a bit of crevicing, because I've never really done crevicing up here at Reedy Creek. So yeah, that's the plan anyway for today. See how it goes. So I decided to just come and have a look at the stream before I get stuck into it, get my waders on and all that. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Here I am out in the middle. This is what it looks like around me. Plenty of good spots, so I don't think I'm going to have any trouble finding a place to work. But I mean, I'll take tests all through all different types of areas. Got these big sort of holes here. Sure, some of them will have gold in them. Yeah, so looks like a pretty promising looking spot. Plenty of places to set up the sluice, which is nice as well. Alright, so yeah, made my way down to the creek, got me waders on. My 2 sizes 2 big waders. But yeah, did a bunch of pans about. So anyway, quickly, that's downstream in front of my camp. It's the bit I was standing out in the middle of before, and I've decided to just walk upstream a bit. And yeah, decided to first take some pans behind that long ridge of stones, boulders, ridge, whatever you call it, running across the creek there. Didn't have much luck there. Best I had was like 3 or 4 colours per pan. Moved down a bit, had a couple around there. Did one behind that rock there, and got a couple out of that. Got maybe like 4 colours, 5 colours out of the pan, so that was the best spot. But yeah, nothing really worth showing so far, but just came down here and had another pan, and that's what I got from that one. So quite a few colours in there. Maybe 15 colours or so. So yeah, I reckon that's not a bad pan. That might warrant a bit of further digging, I think. And the place I got that pan from was just down in that corner there. I dug down, and about maybe 20 centimetres below the surface gravels there's a layer of gritty clay, and then underneath that layer of clay there's like just hard clay with no grit or anything in there, so I imagine the gold wouldn't go past there. And so I dug into that just then, and that's the pan I got out of it. So it looks like that's a decent spot, best one so far, so I'll put that into the memory and go check out a few more. I think I'll just keep test panning my way down for today and then try to remember the best spots, and then I'll come back to those tomorrow with the sluice and start running some buckets, I think. Yeah, not a bad pan, so I'll push on with that one. Alright, just did pan number 2, about 10 metres down the stream. Not pan number 2, this is the second pan I'm showing you. But yeah, about 10 metres downstream, just behind this large rock. There's a few rocks along here. Dug down in there, and it was again quite compact stuff. Really dark grey gravel, whereas like all the gravel around here is usually the blonde kind of colour. But yeah, got down in some really dark grey gravel, and in my experience that's been quite productive for me up at Reedy Creek here. So yeah, did that, and another decent pan. So yeah, that's maybe 10 pieces in there, I don't know, 15. So that's not bad. That was this one and the previous one I showed you, that was only 2 shovelfuls and not like really crazy heaped shovelfuls. And it's quite easy digging, so if I could fill, you know, a couple of buckets up in like 15 minutes there and then whack them through the sluice, you know, multiply those shovel loads by the bucket size, 20 litres, and you're going to do pretty good, I reckon. So yeah, I reckon I'll mark these 2 spots down and come back to them tomorrow with the sluice. Well, did about an hour of prospecting, and it's about 5 o'clock now and the light's fading pretty quick, so I think that'll do me for today. I found a couple of nice spots that I can get back to for tomorrow for a bit of sluicing, so yeah, I'll probably just prepare my little fire area now, do a few little preparations, final setup before I lose the light, and then yeah, get settled in for the night, and then get ready for a big day tomorrow. I think I'm going to do quite well. Hope so, because I won't be back here for a while, I don't think. Anyway, see you soon. Morning. Good morning. Just cooking up some bacon and eggs. Now that's a pretty good way to start a day. Alright, time to get stuck into some real work. Excuse me. So yeah, first I'm going to dig behind that rock. That was where I took that second pan that I showed you yesterday. And then I'll dig in that spot just in there, which is the first spot I showed you yesterday. The back one was slightly better, it seemed, but this is a bit closer to flowing water, which is down here, the closest I can get to set up the sluice. So I'm just going to minimise the walking distance at first and start on this front one. See how it goes. Alright, so just about to run my first half bucket of the trip. Yeah, hopefully I get a good amount of colour out of this one. And yeah, only doing half buckets because I can't carry a full bucket from way up over there. Alright, I'll feed that bucket through and I'll show you the sluice at the end. Hopefully there's lots of black sands, and then I'll pop it into a pan and we'll see what we get for our first one. Okay, so I've fed that first bucket through, and you can see the first river layer is packed with black sands. Can't see too much in the second one. You can see a couple of little bits of gold in there, but honestly not a lot, so I don't know, we'll see how that works out. Surely the test panning won't lie to me. If I shoveled in the best 2 piles of dirt from that test pan, then I don't know. Or maybe I don't have the sluice set up correctly, I don't know. We'll see in a moment. Alright, the results are in from the first bucket. And there we have it. So, a fair number of colours. It's hard to see. But yeah, maybe 30 or 40 colours. So that was from 11 shovelfuls, I think. So yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit better, but I mean, again, not too bad from 11 shovelfuls, and just popping it through my bucket sieve, so it's got fairly large holes in it, so it was, you know, 5 minutes to fill that bucket up, 10 minutes to feed it through the sluice, so you could really pump a number of those through. So I might have a couple more from over there, see how the next couple turn out, and then maybe jump to that back spot, give it a crack. Plenty of time to have a look around for a good spot, so not too fussed with that at all. Alrighty then, I'll keep at it. Alright, bucket number 2 has gone down. This one actually looked a bit better as well. I could see, well, there's a bit more black sand. I can already see 3 bits of gold, 4 bits of gold sitting there. Nice one down there. I can see gold all through it, so I think this one's going to be a lot better than that first bucket for some reason. But yeah, I'll just go grab the pan and see how we go. Alright, let's see what we get. So yeah, I'm not sure if that was better at all, really. I think it was. Fair bit of colour in there. I mean, not horrible for half a bucket really, and again, it doesn't take long to fill. So yeah, I think I'll probably do another couple from that spot, I reckon. Maybe just work that one until it's empty, because there's not a great deal of material in there, so yeah. Cool. I'll push on. Looks like someone forgot their trowel. Looks like it's been there for a long time. Wonder if it means there's any gold there. Oh, we can go back. I don't need it. Alright, so I've been digging, done about 5 buckets, 6 buckets now, from behind this big rock. This is where I took the first pan that I showed you on the first day there. So yeah, just sort of down, and it dips down underneath the rock, and I've just been getting material out of there. Probably going to take a bit of this stuff a bit further out just now. Yeah, I bloody lost the camera for about 5 hours. Quite a pain in the butt. I didn't know where it was, and I walked around everywhere looking for it, and of course as soon as I stopped looking it just turned up, so that was pretty frustrating. But at least I've got it back, and now I can make a video for you guys, so yeah. Holy crap, the wind has really picked up. It's blowing my tarp around up there. Blew one of the poles out before. Oh. A little bit of gold holder. Ooh, another bit there. Some like 4 handfuls, so looking good. Again, this material is from that spot where I showed you the first pan yesterday. The first couple of buckets are a bit better than the spot from the second pan. nothing amazing. It's not like the best I've ever seen up here, but it's definitely respectable. Yeah, a little bit of black sand in there, and pretty nice piece of gold right there in the middle of the screen. Bit of black sand in the second riffle, not too much in the third, so it looks like the sluice is doing its job. I'll pop that into a pan now and see what we get. Just get rid of some of the bigger stuff there. Alright, first look. Fair amount of black sand. Oh, that was pretty pathetic, really. A couple of pieces around there. Bunch of stuff up in there, but it's tiny. It's tiny, so not great. That spot might be worked out, I think. Might have to try out a different spot. Yeah, I don't know, I'll find another spot. I'll update you with that. Well, bad news. I dropped the camera earlier, and I'll insert the footage of that right now. Yep, that got knocked over on my little mini tripod thing and smashed right onto the lens. The lens, it's just a little crappy point and shoot camera, but the lens was like, comes out and it was jarred sideways. I yanked it back, and now it seems to be intermittently working. Sometimes it gets jammed on its way out, sometimes it won't close. Sometimes it's turning on, but it just won't focus. So I have to try to turn it off, and then it gets jammed, and it's a whole ordeal. It's taken me about 5 minutes to get it going for this, so don't know how much more video I'll shoot, but I'll definitely shoot some wherever I can. I think I need to just go fix up my camp. I think one of the poles holding up my tarps just got blown down. I think I just might have to take that tarp down. The wind is just roaring through now, so might have to call into it. Alright, I'm just going to have an interesting little dig here. I don't know how it's going to go, but it might be worth having a look at. So where I'm going to dig is right in the middle of this big rock section. It's a 360 for you, but here's the hole. And yeah, it's just like sheer on that side, pretty much sheer on all sides, straight down, just a big hole, and you can see how deep it is with the shovel in there, so it's going to be right up to my waist, above my waist, maybe up my rib cage or something. So yeah, I think this should be an interesting little dig. Don't know how it'll go, but we'll see. Definitely a lot of gravel in there, sinking into it. Alright, so here's my half to 3/4 of a bucket of material from inside that hole over there. Don't know how it's going to go. It's very gravelly. So I imagine, and I couldn't get to the bottom of the hole, so I imagine any gold that was in there is probably at the bottom, because it's just going to fall straight through this stuff. But I couldn't get down to it because you dig a hole and it all just fills back in on itself. So if there is any gold in there, perhaps you'd need something like a dredger or something if they were legal, but they're not, so it might be pretty hard to clean that one out. I don't know, we'll get the sluice in and have a look. tester. Yeah, I think that's looking good. Alright, so I'll feed this bucket through and I'll I'll show you what I get. Alright, so I finished feeding that bucket through from that deep hole. And it doesn't look very good. Little to no black sand in the top riffle. Didn't see any bits of gold holding up in this top section. Can't even see any in the riffle. So I'll pop it into a pan, then I have zero hopes. So yeah, as expected, no gold at all from that hole from that half bucket, 3/4 bucket. So a bit disappointing, but you can't win them all. So that was again that hole over, or where the bucket is over there. Yeah, it was worth a look, you know. Again, can't win them all, so I had a look. I know now. All right, I might go over and explore somewhere else. All right, so decided to have a go of some crevicing, so yeah, I'm going to try this one running horizontal to the stream here. It's pretty thin, maybe it looks a bit wider up there, maybe, perhaps, and you know, maybe 20 centimeters deep, if I had to estimate, but yeah, I'll give it a crack, no guarantees. Alright, so I've made my way down into that crevice a bit. You can see it's looking quite good. It goes down a lot deeper than I thought it did. And it's absolutely packed in there. I mean, it's hard getting it out. All this, you know, bigger stones around this size just sort of like jammed in there. So it doesn't look like anyone's been in there for a while. And yeah, it goes all the way along there. So I've done maybe half of it now, and then I'll get to the other half in a moment. Then with that water in there, I'll probably just get the sucker in there to get all the remnants out. And probably should end up being about a bucket's worth of material, so quite excited to see how this one turns out. Got a little bit of potential, I think. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, cleaned up a lot of that crevice now. I got down as far as I can go with the pick there, with the pointy end. So yeah, I'm just going to fill it with water now and go get my sucker, try to suck everything else I can out of there, and yeah, fingers crossed. So I think I'm done with that crevice now. I got out everything I could, popped it into a bucket there, and it's not much at all, maybe 1/3 to 1/4 of a bucket, and about that much tailings. So yeah, not a lot of material, so it'll be interesting to see how much, if any, gold's in there. So I've just put 3 small handfuls in just to make sure it was set up correctly, and I can already see some chunky black sands in there and a nice piece of gold. It's covered up at the moment, but it's in there. So pretty good signs for this stuff, actually. Probably have a little bit more water flow, but I'll just have to feed it a little bit slower. Alright, let me feed this through and show you the hopefully fantastic results at the end. I'm actually seeing quite a bit of gold holding up in the this top section up here. And there's a fair bit of black sand already. It's hard to see, but it's underneath there, chunky stuff. So I've got pretty high hopes for this one. I'm hoping it's going to turn out well. And you can see an air rifle pellet up there. And I also saw another shotgun pellet. I think that went further down, it's probably in one of the riffles. But I mean, if I'm getting that stuff out of there, hopefully it means that someone hasn't been there for a while, or it's a good place where the heavies are softened. So yeah, you can see the big black sand a bit more now. Looking good. Absolutely packed out with black sand. I can see a lot of gold in there. See a few bits of gold all sitting up around here. I think I'm onto a winner, even a couple of quite chunky bits over here, well, for Reedy Creek. Can't wait to get this one in a pan. I think I've found a good one there. Alright, so this is the crevice pan. And as you can see, this way's a bit easier. Yeah, so you get galaxy in there, that's all gold. All of it. So yeah, on to a winner. Absolute great pan. Lots and lots of it. All fine stuff. There's a couple of more chunky ones in there. Well, for Reedy Creek anyway. And there's still some within the black sands out there, because you know how notorious the black sands are here. It's hard to separate. So yeah, good crevice, and I think after that, might be worth looking at another crevice, I think. Definitely going to do that. Probably got another, I don't even know what the time is, I haven't looked all day. Who needs a clock when you're out here, right? But yeah, it's probably about 3:30-ish, 4 maybe, so I've only probably got an hour and a half of sunlight left. So yeah, I'll get one more crevice in. I'll have to go look for it, but good stuff. Alright, just about at the end of day 2 now. Sun's probably gone, just about to go down. Probably start cooking tea soon. But yeah, just before I go, I thought I'd just show you what I just did. That was that crevice I did earlier, and ended up following it down there. And yeah, got pretty good results in the second one as well. Dinner time. Ham, beans, 3 pieces of cheese. Yum.